So let's quickly shift gears back out to some breaking news we're following out of Dallas at a shooting as two detainees were killed, another in critical condition, and we're now learning the identity, the name of the shooter in this. And I want to put up here on live now from Fox as Joshua John, a 29-year-old, has been identified in this Dallas ICE facility shooting. So obviously we're following this very closely. We had comments about anti-ICE being written on some of the bullet casings. So obviously big news in terms of this, and some preliminary information about who this individual was there. As the 29-year-old Joshua John, ties to North Texas and Oklahoma, identified as the shooter there. Two people were killed in the shooting. The suspect also deceased. The investigation ongoing. Police not yet released the motive of the shooting, but you heard there Vice President J.D. Vance alluding to some more points of the investigation, talking about this. And this also from Brooke Taylor from Fox News saying, here's what we know about the attack at this ICE facility at just before 7 a.m. around 6:30. The Department of Homeland Security says a sniper opened fire from a nearby rooftop, was shooting indiscriminately at the ICE building, including at a van in the port where 3 detainees were shot. At least one of the detainees were killed. The gunman then turned the gun on himself. The FBI has released a picture of the rounds found near the shooter engraved with anti-ICE. No ICE agents were hurt. Sources identify the shooter as 29-year-old Joshua John. And of course, these were just some of the images that we're getting in from our Sky Fox team there on the ground in Dallas, as some of the FBI continuing to investigate what.
Okay. This is my thing, man. This is insane. One of the things that amazes me about when I see a video like this is the fact that the shooter is not an immigrant. Basically, from the story, it doesn't seem like he's an immigrant, just a typical an American. And it amazes me how Americans protest against the deportation of illegal immigrants, like serious violent protest, and it just take away the violence. It just shows that people are still human. Do you get what I'm saying? On one hand, it just shows, but this violence we cannot condone. We condemn the violence, but there's no but to it. We condemn violence, right? But the fact that there's protests, like people are protesting, Americans are even protesting, the deportation, the way the process of how ICE has been going around just raiding people and all that stuff. So it's kind of heartbreaking to think of this event that happened.
Yes, it's definitely heartbreaking. I agree. And, at the beginning, we did say like this is a crazy situation, but I think it's there are a few angles to it. For me, the first thing is that what kind of points do you have to be at in life for a 29-year-old man to commit this kind of violence? I mean, this is not the first time a young person is committing this kind of violence, especially even this year in the United States. This is not the first instance, rather. But the question, so that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out. Like, why would you? How did would a person get to that point? And this is the point. It is a time where I'm going to be encouraging everyone to at least somebody I believe works. Even for me personally, you just have really good relationships, have build friendships around you, people that you can talk to regularly. It's really, really very helpful for you to be in a very, very good mental state, and not be willing to commit any kind of violence. And regardless of the situation, violence is never the answer in this kind of case. Protesting is an American value. Everyone has a right to protest, but it is about saying the things that you disagree with, talking about the things that you disagree with, and letting the government know, letting your representative know about the things that you disagree with. And we do live in a system where we democratically elect our leaders. you can also advocate for, if someone's policy is not in favor of what you would like. Many ways to to tackle this issue besides violence. So I think that I seriously believe that we should always seek out other avenues to be able to deal with this kind of situation.
I agree with you 100%, Wally. I agree with you. And when I think about this again, I'm like, the people that got shot at the end of the day are also, detainees, immigrants
Yeah,
that were,
apparently people that is trying to
the
protect.
people he's trying to
I don't know.
protect are the people he end up, shooting. No ICE agent was shot because he was shooting sporadically at the building, and he hit the wrong people. And that's the thing about violence. At the end of the day, whatever, and he turned the thing gun to himself. Was he like, was he suicidal at the end of the day? Was this a suicide mission? Was the goal to end up like this? But at the end of the day, taking along with him, innocent people who probably deportation, being deported would have been the worst that could have happened. Now, even much more than that has happened. So it's really sad to think about it. And, and that's why we always condemn violence. Peaceful protests, like Wally said, is part of the rights of the American citizen, to express your grievance, but there are channels and appropriate channels to be able to do that. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, and we do encourage you. We encourage everyone to always, especially if you don't have your documents, there are several avenues to be able to tackle this. I mean, the one of them is the Trump administration has said that, like, they will pay you to leave. They even pay for your flight to be able to leave and then apply legally to be able to return. That's one avenue. We did make a video about how you can get your documents even if you have a legal if you don't have like residency in any form. We'll try to leave a link somewhere, whether it's at the end of the video or in the description. Please make sure that your documents are in good standing with the law as soon as possible. Yeah, that would be the final thing I want to say about it.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned as we bring you more content on my immigrant diary.
Have a nice one, everyone.
All right. Bye now.